Joining us in studio now is BYU senior pitcher Kolton Mahoney, one of the faces of BYU baseball. And look at the face that he brings into the studio with the mustache.
His mustache, man.
Looking tan from your trip to Los Angeles. How you feeling, man?
Good. And I'm only a junior. Just
you're a junior?
Oh, yeah.
That's right, you're a junior.
You're probably gone after this year when you get drafted, though, so whatever, man.
Honestly, that's my train of thought. Yeah. Hey, if you want to stay for all 4 years, Kolton, that we will. I'm sure Mike Littlewood would love that.
Depends on what round, man. You got to weigh all these options, right?
That's right.
141 pitches in a game a few weeks ago, 15 strikeouts against Portland. You pitched the last no-hitter for BYU baseball. How is your arm feeling post 141 pitches?
You know, it feels good. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's hurt at all. I mean, it feels really good. So, I mean, it's just a little extra recovery time, you know, a little bit more sore the next day. But other than that, it feels really nice right now.
Did you realize you had pitched that many pitches?
I had no idea in the beginning. I mean, I knew I was throwing a lot because I knew I was striking a lot of guys out. And I even had a couple walks, and those kind of get overlooked because of the strikeouts. But
who cares about walks, man?
But yeah,
I mean, Ks.
You just don't put that stat up there and you have 15 strikeouts, so it's all right.
How many walks did you have? Do you remember?
I think it was 3 or 4.
Oh, that's not bad.
141 pitches. I gave Mike Littlewood a yellow card on this show. Like, hey, you be careful, coach. And then he returned a red card to me.
In a ref jersey,
basketball ref jersey. But when you say that your arm doesn't hurt, like he said that sometimes pitchers will lie and be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you legitimately okay after throwing that many pitches?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I had no problem recovering from that. And pitching at LMU last weekend, I mean, it felt good. So, I mean, it's no big deal to me.
You got a big win on the road in L.A.
Big time.
And now the rest of the schedule, it seems like you'll play San Francisco next week, but then you've kind of played the upper half, and then you have the bottom half in the back. I guess what's the vibe of the team right now is you have a real opportunity to finish in the top 4.
It's feeling good. I mean, this last weekend at LMU was big, taking 2 out of the 3. And we really needed that. And so this going into these next couple weeks is big time because we did play the top teams. And, you know, we didn't play as well as we needed to against San Diego, which kind of stunk, but because they're in the top seed right now. But other than that, I mean, we're doing really well, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves.
What are your other goals besides making the West Coast Conference tournament as a team?
I mean, we don't want to just make the West Coast Conference tournament. We want to win the West Coast Conference tournament. There's no doubt about that. So we can make it to a regional. It's been a long time since BYU baseball has made it to a regional and super regional and, you know, the College World Series.
I think since 2002.
Yeah, it's been a while.
About right? In 2002, I think, was the last time BYU made the NCAA tournament. Your performance was fantastic. As you go down the backstretch here, how can you try and replicate that kind of performance minus the amount of pitches?
Don't strike as many guys out.
Okay, a lot of first pitch swings.
Yeah, I mean, like LMU, I mean, they helped keep my pitch count down. I mean, they were swinging first pitch. They were kept off balance and ground balls, double plays. Those things get you out of innings quick.
Tell us your pitches, by the way. What are your pitches in the order of maybe what you think is best to not as good?
I throw my fastball. I mean, I live off my fastball.
What's your range there?
Usually like 90, 94. So, I mean, and then I throw my curveball, my slider, and my changeup.
Woo! Okay, 94.
What's your go-to? And okay, it's a full count, and you're like, okay, I got to strike this dude out. What's your go-to pitch?
I mean, most of the time I'm going to throw a fastball, so hopefully blow past them.
Yeah, the question is, where is that fastball going to land in the zone, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that's the biggest part about pitching.
You have the weekend off. I mean, that's, with quotation marks around it. What are you going to do with no game this weekend?
Well, we have a scrimmage tomorrow, so we're right back at it.
No rest.
So,
tomorrow,
not
Thursday,
really
Friday.
a weekend off.
Yeah.
Academics, finals. How many finals do you have?
4.
4?
So I have 2 today, actually.
Wow.
Right after I get done with this, I'm going to do some finals.
You came in on a final, 2 final day.
Do you need BYU Sports Nation karma for your finals?
I need some.
Let's go ahead and give you that right now. The BYU Sports Nation karma for your finals.
What are your 2 finals today?
One's for MCOM, and the other one is for it's in class. So.
All right. Well, you're going to do well now. So
thank you.
Go and perform at the highest level.
Does your mustache make you a better pitcher?
Indeed, it does.
How?
I don't know. Not sure.
What's the weirdest superstition on the BYU baseball team right now from any of your teammates?
The weirdest one? This kid, Riley Gates, he was ready probably 4 hours before the game started. Full uniform. We all walk in the locker room, and he is sitting there ready to go.
Just because
That might be the weirdest. Great guy, though.
You were drafted 23rd round to the Brewers last year. Do you expect to be a higher draft pick this year?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm trying to refine my skills, and, what I did on the Cape hopefully helped out, so that's what I'm looking towards.
June 8th through the 10th, by the way, is when the Major League Baseball draft is.
We learned that Mike Littlewood has some interesting conversations with his pitchers on the mound. One with Brandon Kinzer recently where he just said, go, get in the dugout. And he was frustrated. What is the conversation that you'll remember the most up to this point that you've had on the mound with your coach?
He usually is a man of few words when he comes out there. Brandon wanted to stay in the game, and, coach kind of has to kick him off the mound sometimes. And, when you're done. But probably the most memorable for me is it's not a good one. It's when I pitched against San Diego, and he just came out, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it wasn't good. So
that was the most memorable.
I was like, yeah. Other than that, hopefully I can finish the inning and he doesn't say much, or most of the time it's just a little good game, or way to battle or anything, something like that. Figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I got against San Diego last year.
Can you take yourself out of a game?
You could. I mean, if you were hurt or something, I don't think I would ever do that for purposes that, I'm not the coach.
Like pitcher pride,
so,
right?
Yeah.
You want to fix
yeah,
it
I mean,
yourself?
you don't want to come out of the game. You don't want to stand there and, pretend that you're better than the coach or anything like that and be the coach. I mean, it's his job to take you out, and he knows when, so he's good about it.
But if he shows up and you're like, I just don't have it today, or have you never had that in your life?
Oh, yeah, I have it all the time. I mean, you just battle through it. You just have to learn. I mean, like LMU, I didn't have my best stuff. I wasn't striking 15 guys out, but I found a way to battle. I mean, I didn't have all my pitches either for strikes, and so you just find a way to get through it, and then you end up throwing well. So it's just tough.
Kolton Mahoney, BYU junior pitcher.
Thank you.
He will be a senior next year on BYU Sports Nation in Studio
Could
B.
be playing for the Bakersfield Blaze or something awesome next year.
Okay, Kolton, the Utah game is next Tuesday. It's out of conference. But what does the Utah-BYU rivalry series mean on the baseball diamond?
Oh, it's huge. It's really big. Especially this year, we're kind of down in the Deseret dual points from what I've seen. And,
who cares?
And we lost a big one to them the last time it got rained out, but they ended up taking the game from us. But it was big. I mean, it's huge. It's the biggest rivalry in college, in my opinion. Behind Notre Dame and those kind of rivalries. But the rivalry on the baseball diamond is fierce. I mean, it doesn't matter if they would be number one in the country or us. I mean, it would be a battle. Even if they were dead last and we were first or the other way around, it would always be a battle. We would always put up a good fight against them.
Are you more tempted to bean a guy in the Utah game?
Sometimes you want to. Sometimes it's not the best decision.
Real talk.
But, I mean, it's huge to go out there and compete. And, I'd rather strike a guy out than bean somebody any day unless they do something that's not, baseball savvy. So,
yeah.
Representing Northridge High School in Layton, Utah, the recruiting pipeline to BYU, Kolton Mahoney, along with Colby Buckwalt and Daniel Coates, former NFL and BYU football greats. Hey, whatever's working from Northridge to BYU, you keep it rolling, okay?
All right, we'll do.
All right, Kolton, great to have you with us, man.
Thanks, guys.